I was the kid who would help him. And what he would do is, he's such a good leader. He would just like praise me so much for that. He's like, "You're a genius. Damn, you just changed my ringtone. You just helped me with my phone. So cool." Right? And for the kid who craves his dad's attention, this was like such a
Oh, good.
dopamine hit. I was like, damn, I just did something with a piece of technology. So that technology must be something
Right.
that gives me that good energy. So I guess I fell in love with technology because of that, not even realizing that. And my dad didn't even instill it
Right.
purposefully. Like he just did it because he did it. And it just happened by accident like this. But I guess I was lucky with that.
Yeah, your neurological pathways were set when he started giving that love, and then that pattern was
Exactly.
built up. You were
Exactly.
linked.
And it's crazy how I
Yeah.
realized this just now. And it was by accident. And they say, sometimes your curse is your gift. And I guess that curse that my dad wasn't around too much was the gift because I guess I might have never found my passion. I might have been, oh, what the hell do I do in life? So that's how it kind of happened.
That's good. How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I have three siblings. So I have one brother who's 2 years younger than me, and two sisters who are 5 years older than me. Yeah,
Yeah. Seems like you got a good relationship with your dad. He was really
yeah. We
influenced.
we we got really close after like I was 14, 15. But before that, like he was kind of absent in our lives. Uh, yeah,
So
yeah.
you come to America, you start studying. All your friends, a lot of the Russian kids, they're in
They
tech
were not in
also.
tech actually. It was high school, so it was a typical. It was nothing
No, what
special.
were they into?
They were all just they didn't know what they wanted to do. That's the thing. Only maybe one or two kids in that school knew that.
But you
I knew
did.
I
You
knew
knew what
exactly,
that's
yeah.
what you
And
wanted
I
to get
took
into.
programming courses in high school. I opened my robotics club. I founded a robotics club in my high school because there was no robotics club. That's how I actually got into University of California for robotics. I got a scholarship for that. But that was later, yeah.
Let's get into college
Yeah.
and then your business. And was Mist.com, was that your first
I'd
big one?
say, yeah, I can't even call it big yet because we're still in a growth stage, right? But we are,
Right.
I'm proud that we are able to fund this venture, which is quite a big team of over 20 people working full time on this right now. And we're able to fund this from our other ventures. But yeah, in tech, yeah, I can call it this is like first big one. But I had a previous business which was not a tech business. My first successful business was a sport nutrition business. And I used to like
How old were you when you started the
19.
sports nutrition business?
Yeah, and
Okay. So was that your first thing out of the gate? You
that
went to
was
college
during
and then that
college.
was
Yeah,
your
actually,
first
I took a
business
semester
venture?
off from college. I went back home to Uzbekistan
Hmm.
because I knew that with all the knowledge that I got here, it would be easier to find a business there. So I started importing things from the United States to Uzbekistan. And I noticed that actually this one guy was actually importing a lot of sport nutrition from the US. So a little backstory of how it started, right? This guy, I was actually
Yeah.
providing logistics services from the U.S. to Uzbekistan, right? And occasionally I would, yeah, I would
True.
find these
Nice.
products that were profitable to sell back home, right? Because everything's much more expensive, the Western products. So, anyways, I see that this guy's
Yeah.
importing a ton of sport nutrition, and he was working with all these stores, all the gyms, right, in the country. It turns out he's the biggest distributor of sport nutrition in Uzbekistan, right? And he became my client. And when I realized that he was actually buying from retail, believe it or not, he would buy from bodybuilding.com and he would
Oh
resell
my
it to
God.
stores. So such a huge margin that they sell it at, right? And it was not an efficient business. And I'm like, dude, why do you buy from retail? He's like,
Yeah.
well, because I don't have connections in the United States to buy it from wholesale, right? I'm like, well, I see a business opportunity here.
Yeah.
So I reach out to all these brands
Nice.
directly. And this was under my dad's mentorship because he's been in the distribution business. He told me, why don't you just reach out to businesses, to brands? And I reach out to all the businesses and I introduce myself like I've been doing this forever,
Right.
right? So fake it till you make it mentality. And
Right.
I get one contract, and one of
Yeah.
the businesses says, one of the brands says, yeah, like if this is our price list, you can buy from us. And I go to that guy and say, hey, I price it up like 20%, and I say, here's my price list. This is still cheaper than what you're buying. Would you buy from me? And he says, hell yeah, if this is the price.
You only took a 20% increase
Yeah, I
off
wasn't confident.
your
I'm like,
cost.
20% is hell of a lot for the amount of. I gave him a great
You
deal.
gave him a great
Yeah,
deal.
my
I
goal
mean,
was
you're
literally
young,
just to get an
so
order.
you're
I didn't believe I would be able to get it.
but you
Exactly.
probably got
And it was,
volume from that.
my first order was like around $7,000 or something, which is pretty good. And he tried it, right? But I didn't have money to
Yeah.
invest in that. That was the thing, right? So what I did is I said, it's a good
Okay.
price, but you got to pay up front. You got to pay up front, and I'll bring it to you. And by that time we already had a relationship,
Smart.
so he trusted me. He paid me up front, 100%. I get my cut, pay to the brand, ship it to him. He's like, amazing, let's work together. And I started making $50,000 revenue right away, a
Right.
month.